Let's talk about something nobody enjoys talking about, and that is rejection. I know it is not a sexy topic, but it is part of the job search process. So let's demystify it and just get it out there. The first thing I'm going to say about rejection is that it does not equal your worth. A lot of the time, especially when you are putting yourself out there as a job seeker and you get a rejection, you start to question yourself. You question your experience, your skills, your abilities. But in reality, a lot of the time, there is no correlation between the two. And here's what I mean. If you apply to a job posting and you just don't ever hear anything back, there are a number of reasons that that might be. One, they might have posted the position and then an internal candidate was hired for that position and they just never even got to the external candidates. Or let's say they did get to the external candidates, but you applied on day 3 and they were inundated with great resumes on day 1, so they never even saw you. Or they had somebody who was referred and they went to the top of the pile and they just loved them and they never saw you either. All of those situations have absolutely nothing to do with you. Now, when you're able to kind of say, yeah, I get it, I'm not personally tied to this position, it lets go a little bit at least of you feeling as though your value is lessened because you didn't get a call back. Now, another thing to think about as far as rejection is that you need to bake it into the process. If you were going to go on a road trip and then you went to go look at the directions and it said it's going to take you 14 hours, do you honestly think the trip is going to take you 14 hours? Or do you realize you're probably going to have to stop for gas, you're going to have to stop for food, you're going to have to stop just to stretch your legs? You bake that into your trip. Well, the same can be said when you're looking for a job. You have to expect rejections. I mean, I would love to say if you applied for 20 positions, you would get calls for all 20 and job offers, but the reality is you're probably not. So even if you just mentally prepare yourself to say, yes, I am going to get some rejections, it's just part of the game, then you can kind of say, all right, it's not so bad. But let's say you are getting rejections and only rejections and you're getting super frustrated. Rather than feel like everything is out of your control, dig deeper and see what is in your control. Let's say you are not getting any calls, even for an initial phone screen. Then there's probably something that's up with your resume. Perhaps it's not tailored to specific positions well enough. Perhaps it doesn't highlight why you are a fit. Perhaps there's some error that you didn't even realize there was. Go back and really dig into the resume and the cover letter portion of your job search. Or if you are not networking at all and you're just solely banking on randomly applying for jobs, take a step back and say, okay, I need to change my approach. How can I network more? But now let's say you're like, yeah, but I am landing phone screens, but I can't seem to get past that to an actual face-to-face interview. All right, so now we've pinpointed the fact that there's something going on in the phone screen. That might be you're coming across differently than your resume had presented. Maybe you are lacking confidence in the phone screen, maybe you aren't being clear, or maybe it's just a matter of you having too much technical jargon and losing the recruiter on the other side. Dig into that. Now let's say, okay, great, but I'm making it all past this and I'm just not getting job offers after my interview. Great, we have now pinpointed that that is an area that you need to work on. Mock interviewing is great. Also making sure that you're researching the company, asking great strategic questions. All of these are things that you can now focus on and it doesn't seem so out of your control. And a big thing that I'm going to recommend is that you track your job search process. This can be fancy, something like Notion, or it can be a spreadsheet, or heck, it can even be good old-fashioned pen and paper. But when you're able to take a bird's eye view and see, okay, where in this process am I getting stuck? And then narrowing in on that, that is going to give you a lot more control because you can see the areas that you need to work on. And finally, with rejection, be thankful. Now, that might seem completely counterintuitive, but it can be true. Let's say you were really enthusiastic about a job and you didn't get it, and it's a bummer, it stinks. Now, I don't know about you, but there has been several times in my life that this has happened. And only when I'm months or even years removed from that can I see that that was a blessing, that that was what was meant to be. And I should be thankful for that. But also, I want you to actually show your gratitude for rejections as well. So if you have an interview and you think it went well, but you didn't land the job, respond back to the rejection email and say, thank you for the opportunity. It was lovely to meet you. I would still be interested in positions in this company if they open up in the future. Something like that is going to leave a really positive impact on the recruiter. And I can guarantee you, when another position opens up that you could be a fit for, they're most likely going to reach out to you because you handled it professionally. And especially if you are the top 2 or 3 candidates, then they're like, hey, my job will be a lot easier if I can just reach out to this person that was so close before and who really truly handled the rejection in a professional, friendly way. Then you're going to go to the top of that list. So I know rejection sucks, but it is a matter of reframing it, because when you're able to do that, you're able to see the control that you have, but also the fact that it is not a reflection of you. You're awesome, and you are going to find a job that aligns with what you want and need. And if you'd like some more HR insider secrets about the hiring process, make sure to check out my video here.